Once again, the American Trucking Association, the ATA, is lying to America. Some toilet chemical options now that you can't get the formaldehyde stuff for good for RV people and the few of us that have toilets here in our trucks. And one of the craziest deliveries I've ever had to do in downtown Minneapolis. On this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Today is Wednesday the 20th. Delivered my load of, turns out it was mail going to the main post office building in downtown Minneapolis today. That was crazy. That'll be coming up. Got some good video from that. First I wanted to talk about the ATA, American Trucking Association. They do this about every year, about once a year, and it just chaps my butt. Usually around once a year, they put out this story. They put out a press release saying, oh, this is from the American Trucking Association, the ATA, and they send it to all the news organizations. And so all these news organizations will put it on the air without even checking the facts. For one, who the American Trucking Association is and who they represent. It's the big trucking companies. It's Swift, it's England, it's, all the big ones, Schneider, blah, 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 who are pushing for stuff like 18-year-olds to drive tractor trailers, trying to make the training periods shorter. Yeah, that'll help. And this is a lie they put out every year. They say, oh, there's 70,000 truckers. We're short 70,000 truck drivers. There is a shortage of truck drivers. No, there's not. If there were a shortage of truck drivers and trucks on the road, the rates wouldn't be in the damn toilet. Now, would they? What it is every year they do this. They throw this out there to the media, and the media just glums on and puts it right on the air or prints it without checking any facts of who it's coming from. Because news organizations don't do their own research anymore. This isn't like in the days of Edward R. Murrow or anything like that, where, the reporters would actually check the facts. No, they just take, this ATA says there's a shortage of truck drivers. We're just going to throw that out there. Oh, there's a shortage of truck drivers. No, there's not. What it is the big companies are complaining because they have a very, very high, damn near 100% turnover rate. Because people will go start to work for them. Usually these are companies that hire people right out of school, the starter companies as we call them, and they don't pay them well enough. And after 6 months to a year, the people start to figure that out, and they move on. And then these companies keep saying, well, there's all these empty trucks, and we don't have enough truck drivers. It's because you're not paying them well enough. You're not giving them benefits. You're not taking care of them. And so they put this garbage out every year, saying there's a shortage of truck drivers, No, there's not. Right now there's a glut of trucks and truck drivers. That's why the rates are so terrible. There's a shortage of freight right now compared to the number of trucks available to take it. It's all supply and demand. That's why the rates are so bloody awful right now. Am I British? Why did I say bloody awful? Anyway, so I just wanted to point out this lie that the ATA, American Trucking Association, puts out every year, and now the news organizations don't do any research, and they just take that as fact. So, just wanted to blow that up for you. All right, next quick subject. This one talks about the toilet chemicals you got to put in your like RV toilet or portable porta potty toilets you may take camping with you. Or, like me, very few truck drivers have a toilet in their truck. That's why I did this whole remodel. That's what spawned this whole thing, is I wanted a damn toilet in the truck. If you're newer to the channel, this is what spawned my whole remodel, where I gutted out the whole entire sleeper of this truck. Bed used to be down here. Now it's up there, upstairs. All right, there's the lights on. You can see my whole bed extension upstairs. Full-size bed up there. I extended out the back of the cab. Here's another angle looking up as you come up the stairs. You can see the whole bed area. Isn't that lovely? And as you come back downstairs, there's my storage in the steps and drawers. Anyway, this is what inspired it, is I wanted a toilet in the truck. And, see, got one right there. This is a Thetford RV-style cassette toilet. Okay, so see I have this mounted here behind my driver's seat. It's a Thetford cassette toilet. I have my pump switch here I can turn on, and then you touch the button up here, and you see water goes down. It actually does flush. How about that? But you gotta put the chemicals down it. So I have a jar right here. I'm going to add to it now. All right, so you just take this and you pour it in there and let it kind of go all the way around. add some water to it. All right, and there you go. You close your little handle here, and that keeps all the odors out. Put your lid back down, you're all done. Let's see, when the top of this is back down, this serves as a nice countertop for me to prepare food and everything else, because of course got the microwave there, Ninja Foodie behind that door. My sink ends up being kind of a holder for things when I go down the road. Of course, my freezer and fridge right there. Steps leading upstairs. Got my drawers that hold my utensils and stuff that I built in here. More storage underneath the steps, yada yada yada. Now, the stuff that I used to use that worked the best was the Campa Chem that Thetford makes. And that had formaldehyde in it, which now apparently California's decided is, just terrible for the environment. And so because California, when they change something, a lot of times it affects the rest of the country. Well, now you can't get that stuff anymore with the formaldehyde in it. But it was the best at keeping the odors down, breaking up any waste or tissue, whatever. I tend not to use this one for any kind of a big business, just use it for the small business. But it's there in emergency if I have to. And so you want something that'll really break that stuff down if need be. Well, then Thetford came out with the Campa Fresh, which is the environmental friendly version, but it doesn't have the formaldehyde in it, and it tends to make your water waste, we'll say it nicely, turn into like little pieces of like peanut brittle, little chunks, little pieces that would rattle around in your little tank. That's not good. So I kept trying to find different stuff, and I found this is about the best option. Camco, right here, Camco. I use these little singles of enzyme formula, and this one is the clean scent. And I found this one actually, it doesn't make the stuff cake up in there, and actually still smells the best. My tank only holds about, I think it's 5-ish gallons, something like that. I got to dump it about once every 3 days. Because I use it for all the single business, the little business as I call it. So this certainly keeps everything fresh during that amount of time, and so I just wanted to pass that on to, I'm sure there's a lot of frustrated RVers out there, and a few of us truck drivers who have a toilet in our truck that can't find the formaldehyde-based Campa Chem anymore. This I found is the best option, the TST by Camco. And I use, like I say, the little singles because that works perfect for my little cassette toilet tank. And you may keep saying, why is it called a cassette toilet? Well, because on my side door, that in all these trucks where you can access, like they call it the luggage area or the storage area, which is under the bunk, that's where I can open that door from the side, pull the tank out. It has a handle on it. You flip that up. It has wheels. You roll it inside to the bathroom, and you dump it in the commode. It's real handy, and so that way, like I say, I'm pretty much self-contained in here. So that's what a cassette toilet does. It doesn't have a permanent black tank attached to the bottom of the RV, which then has to be heated. And, it's a much bigger deal to try to empty those. This is real easy. That's why it's called a cassette toilet. You pull that thing out, you wheel it inside. It's a beautiful thing. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Why toilets are not standard in these trucks is beyond me. It's not that hard to put one in. That was actually one of the easiest portions of this whole remodel I did on this truck. Now, yes, I went the extra mile. I put in a freshwater system, so I have a freshwater tank to feed that toilet because I also have the sink. I want it to feed the sink as well. But you can buy just a standard camping toilet, or one you'd put it in an RV that's not connected to a freshwater system that has its own freshwater tank, between $100 and $200 from like Cabela's or on Amazon. Like there's this a version of the Thetford that has its own tank. It has a push button, or little you push the thing to make it flush. And then there's this other one that Thetford makes called the Curve, which has a battery powered flush, which works just like mine does, like I say, but has its own self-contained freshwater tank. So there are options. So like I say, why these aren't standard in trucks is beyond me. Okay, and the other big thing is when I was delivering my load of mail in Minneapolis today, right downtown, turned out to be, it was the U.S. Post Office facility. I didn't even know that. I just had an address. So that was kind of hairy. Let's take a look. Here I am going through downtown Minneapolis, just trying to get to the place. Four-way stop. They got a closed bridge up there, and then coming up here to the right, yeah, that's where I got to turn in right there. It doesn't look too promising. We head on in. There's some equipment in the way. All right, we go around. You see there's the wall to the left, and we're coming up here, and look at this sign. Attention, pull in and park to the right side. Leave a path for others. Walk up to the dock for door assignment. Okay, so I'm creeping on in, and there's, oh, that door is magically opening for us. Ah, yes, that's a beautiful thing at least. So yeah, I'm looking at this going, okay, we're heading in here. What do we do now? I see a tractor trailer up there in front of me waiting. There's really no place to pull to the right. There's equipment, trucks, and everything everywhere. That guy just cut the seal off of that trailer. He walks over to me and says, "How you doing?" All right, here's what I've got.
All right, I'm gonna have you keep going. This is we call the east dock. Put it on the west dock. You can put it on door. Probably have you put it on door 46.
Okay.
Door 46, okay? Just
So I go down,
going.
turn left up here?
Yeah, just keep going. It's only one way out.
Okay.
You will see the numbers in there.
Okay.
Try to put it on 46.
Okay.
Yeah, try to put it on 46. It's a little tougher, but you need to go all the way on the street to park it. Looks
Okay.
like you're a seasoned driver, so
Yeah.
a lot of people struggle there. So.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you got a seal there. You want me to cut it?
Okay, so we pull on through. It's a little tight getting through there. And these are the docks up here to the left I got to go through. Look at all the jersey walls, scaffolding, and everything all in the way. And there's the dock right there. I have to get into where that truck is. All right, he gets out of the way, and I had to start by going a couple of lanes into the road right there to try to start backing into this thing, and oh, it just takes a while. Alright, I finally hit the dock. My tractor's a little sideways. Here are some still shots I took while sitting there. This place was crazy. Good news is they got me unloaded fairly quickly. I was able to get right back out of there, but yeah. I mean, I've been doing this 13 years. I've run into some tight situations, and that one was tight. But, you know, as I learned from one of my first trainers out here doing this, he always said, you can never go too slow, but you can go too fast once. Then you hit something. So you take your time, you get out and look, you take it slow, and you can get into damn near anything, even one as tight as that one was, as ridiculous as that was. But every now and then you're going to run into that as a driver, so what you going to do? Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yeah, sorry, no Rusty in this one again. He's still at home, but I am going to be picking him up when I go through Thursday. You say I got the cereal load from Northfield, Minnesota to the Walmart Distribution Center in Cheyenne, which I'm delivering tomorrow afternoon at 4:10. And then I'll swing by the house. I'm going to grab a couple more supplies, pick up Rusty. We'll be back on the road. I even have a grooming appointment set up for him in Rapid City for Saturday at 12:30. So after we pick up the Lignite on Friday in Glen Rock, Wyoming, I go up through Rapid City anyway, so we're going to park there Friday night. And then Rusty's getting groomed for Saturday, so that's going to be a beautiful thing. Like I say, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, please like and comment. I get to your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. There's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on that X, which used to be Twitter. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty still at home. Out. You know how many things can fall into an industrial sausage press? You know, like hair, bug excrement, and you're doubling up on them. Look, Streebeck, unlike you, outside of smoking I only have one vice, and a good chili dog is it. So please pipe down and let me eat my lunch in peace.
I figured it out. He's confused. Here, click on the doorbell.
Hey, there's Rusty.